Welcome back to another live. I'm gonna try to drop three videos tonight. Today we just gonna hit on what has happened this week on national and international news. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. First up, what's as Blueface and Christian are facing prison time. Um, Blueface has been sentenced to 4 years for violating his probation and drug charges. What's gonna happen? Is blind. I'm just saying. Daylight savings time is coming up, and we will gain an hour back. I sure need it. That's all I could say. And it's a article. Make sure you know what time it's in. The end of daylight savings time is here before you know it. The time adjusted affects the daily lives of hundreds of millions of Americans by prompting clock changes. It really does affect your time. It does. It affects your sleep habits. It does. So that's coming up. Oh, they talking about Kamala Harris has a serious drinking problem. It seemed like she does. Seemed like she drunk quite a bit of the time. Because today is today and tomorrow is tomorrow. And then the next day is the day after tomorrow. So it's a lot of speculation that she has a drinking problem. And it seemed like she do. On a 94 U.S. banks at serious risk of bank runs, including Bank of New York, State Street, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Citibank. The Rockefellers and J.P. This is their bank, J.P. Morgan. And my retirement with J.P. Morgan, so I got to watch this. A total of 94 U.S. banks are at significant risk of experiencing bank runs by uninsured depositors if they show financial weakness, according to a new report. An analysis from Florida Atlantic University finds the billion-dollar banks in question, which include seven U.S. financial giants, have all reported a 50% or higher ratio of uninsured deposits to total deposits. The university's liquidity risk from exposures to uninsured deposit index show BNY Mellon has a 100% ratio of uninsured deposits. That's bad. Followed by State Bank at 92.6, Northern Trust at 73.9, Citibank at 72.5, HSBC Bank at 69.8, JP Morgan Chase at 51%, and US Bank at 50.3. Florida Atlantic University professor Rebel Cole says the banks are more vulnerable to liquidity crisis because uninsured depositors are motivated to withdraw their funds quickly if they perceive any risk in the bank's stability. Yeah. Well, my thing is just leave enough money in your bank account to pay your bills. And you better keep your money with you. That's my thing, because these banks are going to fail. Now, JP Morgan Chase raises probability of imminent US and global recession, abruptly shifts forecast on Fed rate cuts. JP Morgan Chase is updating its economic outlook and increasing market turbulence and growing fears of impending recession. We've been in a recession. What the hell? We can't afford nothing. We've been in a session and these companies ran off. Quit playing with the people. Tell the truth. The bank's global research division says the U.S. economy is showing signs of slowdown, pointing to the rising unemployment rate, really, because these companies laying off and going out of business because of inflation, because of Biden Harris policies that caused the inflation. And if she want to do something about inflation, she could do it now. Why you got to wait to November? January, Jezebel. Pointing to rising unemployment rate and weaker than expected July jobs report. In light of the new data, JP Morgan is raising the probability that the US and global recession will happen by the end of the year from 25% to 35%. Important elements of our growth forecast are being challenged. US News hints at a sharper than expected weakening in labor demand and early signs of labor shedding. The latest business surveys also suggest a loss of momentum in global manufacturing and in the euro area, weak links in expansion that we have expected to lift this year. JP Morgan is leaving its outlook that a recession will happen by the end of 2025 unchanged at 45%. Amid the volatility, the banking giant has also changed its forecast on what's next from the Federal Reserve. The bank is now projecting rates higher for longer, which is down from 50% just 2 months ago. Oh, we in trouble. The fall of Babylon is here.
For the second time in as many years, the World Health Organization has declared Mpox as a public health emergency. Mpox spreads through close contact and has flu-like symptoms accompanied by lesions on the body. Earlier this week, Africa's top public health body declared the viral infection an emergency after its rapid spread to more than a continent. The WHO's announcement followed swiftly.
It's clear that a coordinated international response is essential to stop these outbreaks and save lives.
The epicenter of the outbreak is the Democratic Republic of Congo, where 96% of cases have been recorded. 60% of those are people under the age of 18. But a new strain has also spread to 4 neighboring countries. Compared to last year, infections have risen 160% and deaths are up nearly 20%. So far, 124.
Very pleased really to see that the decision that Africa CDC took 2 days ago, that WHO has come with the same assessment and the same conclusion. It's really a great day for Africa and for our effort on Mpox.
The Continental Public Health Watchdog says more than 200,000 Mpox vaccines are already on their way, but the rollout will also be scaled up significantly.
By the end of this year, we get at least 2 million doses that are delivered, and by the end of next year, 2025, 10 million that are delivered. I think these are things that are
$5 million from its contingency fund for emergencies. But the search is on for an estimated $15 million needed to launch a more coordinated regional response. Michael Apple, Al Jazeera.
Here we go again. This the new pandemic. Lockdowns coming soon. Lockdowns coming soon. Are y'all gonna get this new? Are y'all gonna get this vaccine? Are y'all coming soon? Lockdown coming. Y'all getting this one? I'm not. On other note, Kourtney Kardashian is heartbroken that her son does not want to live with her after being accused of neglecting her older children. So what? I'm so glad they fell off the ring, a bunch of witches. I'm so glad that they have fallen off. It's about time. Layoffs announced at multiple companies this summer. The recession is here. Quit playing with the people. The summer has brought announcements of job cuts at a slew of different companies. The planned layoffs are expected to collectively hit thousands of people who work in industries including tech, media, and auto. Some of the firms that have disclosed intentions to reduce their headcounts this summer include Cisco is embarking on restructuring to allow it to invest in key growth opportunities and drive more efficiency in its business. That effort will involve laying off 7% of the company's workers, according to the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. The company revealed its plans on Wednesday, the same day it released its first quarter financial results. There had been reports ahead of the release that a possible layoff announcement was coming. Its workforce was hit by layoffs once already. Intel's layoffs announced August 1st will result in some 15,000 employees losing their jobs. They will arise out in spending that the tech giant said it was pursuing to resize and refocus. The company aims to trim costs by $10 billion in 2025 through its overall cost reduction plan. That is a lot. Wow. Our costs are too high, our margins are too low. We need bolder actions to address both, particularly given our financial results and outlook for the second half of 2024, which is tougher than previously expected. Paramount Global started cutting some of it was previously disclosing last week it had plans to slash its U.S. based workforce by 15%. CEO Chris McCarthy said during the media company's earnings call last week that the layoffs will be primarily focused on two areas. First, redundant functions within marketing and communications. Second, streamlining our corporate structure, reducing our headcount in finance, legal, technology, and other support functions. He and fellow CEOs Brian Robbins and George Creek told employees in a memo leaked to Deadline and other entertainment outlets that the process would take place in three phases and continually through the end of the year. It will largely be done before October. Paramount Global has linked the planned headcount reduction to a strategic plan that involves streamlining its organization and other initiatives. Stellantis plans to stop manufacturing the Ram 1500 Classic pickup truck at the Warren Truck Plant in Michigan later this year, and that move will result in indefinite layoffs. With the introduction of the new Ram 1500, the production of the Ram 1500 Classic at Warren Truck Assembly Plant will come to an end later this year. As a result, Stellantis announced today that the plant will move from a two-shift to a one-shift operating pattern in General Assembly. Other operations within the plant will remain on two shifts to support the Jeep Wagoneer production. The Ram 1500 class has been a great entry point pickup for Ram, and the tradesman model was well represented. Another plant in Michigan is tasked with building the new Ram. Up to 2,450 workers at the Warren Truck Plant could face indefinite layoff. However, fewer workers than that will likely be impacted. Now, cloud platform provides Fastly, looking to streamline and reduce costs, said last week it will share 11% of its headcount in layoffs. Those cuts will be substantially completed by the end of the year. The company reported a global workforce of 1,200 at the end of 2023. 50 workers at the annex were affected when the media outlet announced job cuts earlier this month. The company decided to conduct the layoffs to get ahead of tectonic shifts in media, technology, and reader needs and habits. Sonos on Wednesday revealed 6% of its workforce was receiving the axe. That amounted to about 100 people. The wireless speaker maker said it committed to the layoffs and shrinking its real estate footprint more to improve the company's operating model and cost structures to set the company up for long term success. The recession is here. So, over in Canada, to build new houses in Clemson City. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I mean, they doing the same thing here. Acting up. I'm just going to have to go live on my phone. Middle school student pulls out gun and unalive and shoots friend 11 unalive after argument over vape pen, says police. A Florida middle school student is facing criminal charges, shooting his friend. Santos Brown turned himself in without incident 4 days later. Santos Brown and Hargrove attended a party at a home of a mutual friend, according to the arrest affidavit. As the victim was preparing to leave to return home, he sat on the sofa in the living room. The suspect sat adjacent to the victim on the sofa and pulled out a handgun. The two boys then began discussing a vape pen that was stolen from the suspect by the victim. A witness told police he asked Santos to put the gun away, but when he turned his back, he heard a single gunshot, according to the affidavit. Officers arrived to the scene and found Hargrove unalive. Then they questioned the one eyewitness who identified Santos Brown as the gunman. He remains in custody. Detectives say they are still investigating the events. Wow, 14. That's sad. Ryan Seacrest X seriously injured after swallowing shards of plastic on American Airlines flight. Oh, she is now filed a public uh, lawsuit. She followed plastic while drink. She claims her throat, esophagus, and vocal cords and digestive system were injured during this incident. She was also unable to work and still requires medical care. That'll be a nice lawsuit. Fire breaks out on a Ferris wheel, at least 23 hurt. Oh, this had happened at a German music festival. One person was injured from a fall off the Ferris wheel. Nearly 2 dozen people were injured at the music festival in Germany Saturday night when a fire broke out on the Ferris wheel. Oh, wow. Mm. Now, this is important. Russian earthquake triggers volcano. When our God ain't playing, God hitting every state, every country with calamity. Here go the video. Let me play that again. Leave a comment.